Hello and welcome to the Medical Journal Club, your daily dose of health and medical news. I am Dr. BP Rahul and here is what we have for you all from the world of medicine. Preoperative antibiotics tied to increased risk of infection after radical cystectomy. In a new study conducted by Craig V. Labate and the team, it was shown that outpatient antibiotic usage is prevalent prior to radical cystectomy and may be related to an increase in the risk of postoperative infection and readmission. The findings of the study were published in Urology on 22nd February 2022. The following work was conducted with an objective to assess antibiotic exposure rates before radical cystectomy and whether there is an association with postoperative infections. In order to achieve the study goal, in 2016 SEER Medicare linkage, 2,248 patients with complete prescription information who underwent radical cystectomy between 2008 and 2014 were found. Exposure was defined as an outpatient prescription for an antibiotic within 30 days of cystectomy. The antibiotic class and combinations were documented. Within 30 days following cystectomy, infection diagnosis and readmissions were recorded. The result of this study stated as follows. Prior to cystectomy, 51% of patients were given outpatient antibiotic. Patients getting antibiotics were more likely to be female, 31% versus 25%, and to have been diagnosed with an infection, that is 17% versus 11%. Antibiotic bowel prophylaxis was recommended for 42% of antibiotic-treated individuals. The exposure group had a higher incidence of any infection, that is 56% versus 51%, and UTI 36% versus 31% postoperatively. The exposure cohort had a greater rate of all-cause readmission within 30 days, that is 26% versus 22%. Outpatient preoperative antibiotics were found to be an independent risk factor for any infections, hazard ratio 1.19 and readmission hazard ratio 1.24 in the 30 days following radical cystectomy using multivariable logistic regression. In conclusion, antibiotics should be used with caution prior to radical cystectomy since they appear to be related to an increased risk of postoperative infection and hospital readmissions. Antibiotic usage before radical cystectomy should be investigated as a controllable factor in order to reduce postoperative morbidity. That's all for today. Stay tuned to Medical Dialogues for latest updates.
Never miss a medical update from Medical Dialogues. Like, subscribe, and press the bell icon.